okay. In first, I want to say that every time. My English is not perfect. If you don't understand what I said, ask that to me. It's not a problem for me to repeat one time, two times, three times, or four. It's not a problem. Are you okay with that? And like I like in a course is to be more interactive. That when I speak, if you want to stop me to ask a question, I prefer a lot. Don't waste the end of the day. I don't understand anything in the first day, in the first minute. Are you okay for that? A lot of questions is better. In SOMAT training, the goal for all the technique, GPS, global postural stretching, myofascial stretching, LDOA, strengthening, stretching, proprioception, all needing first is not a Boyer methodology, you have not a methodology specific. All the methodology, the best argue for me is in relationship with the biomechanic, in relationship with the pathology, in relationship with the anatomy, in relationship with the physiology and the biology and so on. And for that, the most important for the trainer, I think so, when you want to be sure about the exercise, to respect exactly that we have to do, to have, it's impossible to contest that you do because you have an argue, a scientific argue, it's not the methodology of somebody. The most important in first is to master the anatomy. For that, after what anatomy? We speak a little about that. For that, each morning, take a little time, 2 hours perhaps this morning, to do a review of the anatomy of the ab. Tomorrow morning, half an hour perhaps, to review the same but differently. And the last day too. That's the most important to master exactly the anatomy. After you have two anatomy, three anatomy. You have one descriptive anatomy, classic, that you have in all the book. For me, that's the bullshit. Don't do anything with that. To know where the muscle began, where the muscle finished, and so on. And a lot of names, we don't care. And after you have functional anatomy, why not? But you have two functional anatomy. A functional anatomy like a classic biomechanic. The big problem with the biomechanic, you know the Caponghi, for example? The book, classic book that you have? Caponghi? No? No? Yes, no?
I've heard of it.
Okay, Caponghi is my past teacher. One of the best biomechanic men that we have in the world. He's died now. He wrote this book 30, 40, or more, perhaps 50 years ago. But the big problem with the last book of biomechanic was the biomechanic from the cadaver. We study the cadaver, we do the dissection of the cadaver, and you elaborate all the movement in biomechanic. And everybody uses that. And that, after in the practice, is totally false. It's impossible to apply. It's very important to know the base. For the exam, do you have an exam? No, you don't need that. You need to apply. And to apply, the most important anatomy, biomechanic anatomy too, is a tensegrative anatomy. That means the most important is to know the link. And for that, I speak every time, you hear this word 100 times each day, link, 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 link. The link between the muscle and other things. Why? Because in anatomy, classically, the big problem for the trainer, I was a trainer before, like he said, we study the body, like the body is only bone, joint, and muscle. No visceral, no vein, no nerve, that don't exist. And the relationships that you have all the time are between the muscle and the nerve and the artery and the ligament and the bone. And you have one tissue to do the connection between all of that. What is the name of this tissue? Fascia. The fascia. For that, the most important thing are to know the fascia, because with the fascia you have the link. We understand exactly why it's possible to do a global movement with the arm, for example, with the upper limb, and not only if I have the muscle and disarticulated movement. You understand what I want to say? And each time I will speak about the fascia, and if sometimes you don't know, you don't understand, it's not a problem at all for me to explain and to try to apply that we want to do. Only if we master that, we can do a lot of, we can master the 200 different exercises that you have for the abs in relationship what you want. Classically, if you want to do somebody yet hernia, what abs does he need to do? Another one is to lose weight. What abs does he need to do? Another one, he has a back pain on the lumbar spine. That is rare. No? What abs does he need to do? Another one is because he's an ectomorph, like me, more short, more large. What abs does he need to do? Another one is an ectomorph, like Cedric. What abs does he need to do? Okay, another one because he plays judo. Another one he plays soccer. What abs does he need to do? Another one is because he wants to go to the Olympic Games in London. What abs does he need to do? Another one he do the same sport but for the pleasure. He's a father to 3 kids. He wants to play. What abs does he need to do? You understand? That is the most important. After, what are the abs? How is possible to work? The upper part, the more proximal part, the more distal part, the more deeper part, superficial part, the middle, in internal range, in external range, in total range. You need to mix all of that. And to mix all of that, one thing, the technology, the methodology, that is not so difficult. After the seminar, you need to, it's not a problem for you to do that. But after to know how to apply that in relationship with your specific client or specific patient, you need to understand exactly the process. Are you okay? Okay, in first, we see, you can take some notes. If at a time, I